Tony, it's a pleasure to have you here. And first, my first question is, as you know, the filmmaking industry in the United States differs from that in Europe. For Portugal, now these are exciting times since opportunities are there. What do you believe is missing for the Portuguese film industry to grow and evolve further? What strategies we'll need? Can we make Portugal a filmmaking hub?
Well, that would be a dream, wouldn't it? Look, I always believe, can we? I never believe that we cannot. So I do think we can because if you look at all of the pros, they're pretty obvious, right? I mean, we are strategically located on a coast. We're a 6 hour flight from New York. We have 300 and what is it, 330, 340 days of sunlight. Um, you know, we have the benefit of being a small country, which means you can be on location on a beach and you can be on location in a medieval town and on location in the mountains within hours. No planes, no trains, just automobiles. Um, and uh, and I think we have a really, really, really talented population. We are highly proficient in English. I think we're the third most proficient English speaking country in the world. We have a highly educated population as well. And we're pretty global in nature in how we sort of, look at things and embrace things. A far cry from 50 years ago when our country went through a revolution. So those are all the pros, right? And obviously, it's a lot less expensive to do things in Portugal than it is to do things in the US or elsewhere. Um, I think the fundamental challenge has been financing um, and subsidies, and I'm actually quite proud of how far we've come as a country in a few years. I had a very well-known Portuguese artist on my podcast not too long ago, and we ended up having a debate about this because his view was we needed to find, we needed subsidies, 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 and my response was time out. To be fair, this country has 34 million euro in subsidies. Now, we can argue that that's enough, but that's a lot more than the 10 million and 14 million that we had just a few years ago. And so it's progress, right? So to me, I do think ultimately it becomes a financing game. And how can we already have low cost, generally low cost of operations in the country. How can we actually attract, more investment, government investment? Because for every euro of investment in culture and arts, there's three that are generated in revenue. And so it's the catch 22, if you will. But to me, that ultimately will become the machine. Um, and um, and look, I'm looking forward to continuing to try to influence it.